Hello friends, welcome to Spicy Cat Colors. I'm Kathy. I am happy to see, I'm happy that all of my, I always say I'm happy to see you, but I can't see you, you can't see me, you can only see my hands. So I am here today with you, my seasoned friends and my new friends, to do the mid-year coloring freakout tag. Is that what it was called? I did it last year, and I know it's past the mid of the year, and July was not a good month for me, so I didn't get to it, and I miss doing tag videos. I have not seen anything new come through. Of course, not like I've been able to participate, but this was done last year by Sassy Coloring, and it was a lot of fun, and it was adapted from the BookTube world, and yeah, she adapted it to coloring, and I thought it was kind of fun, and I saw a bunch of people do it again, including Sassy Coloring, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to attempt to be coloring in this Colors of Faith book by Lisa Joy Sampson. This is one of my 10 books to touch, so there'll be some talking, and then there's going to be some show and telling, so I don't know how much I'll actually get colored, but I am going to try and work on this apple tree. So we shall see. Oh yeah, so on one side of this it is an image, and then on the other side it's got a Bible verse. And whatever you ask in prayer, if you believe, you will receive. So I'm just use water-based markers. I should probably put a blotter because y'all know, even if it's a water-based marker, doesn't mean it might not bleed, although it would be sad because it would, you know, bleed over there. So let's see if we can keep this under the typical Kathy hour video. So first question is show and tell. So right away, I don't get to start coloring. So the first question is the best picture you have colored so far in 2022. If you are a new friend, guess what? I'm a rule breaker. So I do a lot of color by number and non-color by number. So I can't just pick one. So I'm picking a favorite. I don't know that these are the best, so I don't think of my work as the best of anything. I enjoy what I do, and if it turns out, I'm happy. And if it doesn't, it was a lesson, and it's a feature, and it's a one of a kind. So I am just saying what is my favorite pictures that I've colored so far in 2022. So my favorite color by number page comes from the Disney Girl Power by Hachette. Is it Hachette or Hatchet? I say whatever. You say tomato, I say tomato. This I did actually just in June, and it is one, I don't know why. I did not think it was going to be my favorite, but I tried something new with the coloring of the sky, and I love it. And I just love how, is this Nefriti? I can't remember my characters. I did just watch Moana not that long ago. And I used acrylic paint markers to color everything but the sky. And I just love how, all I did was color it. I didn't do anything. The artistry was already there. And I just really like how it turned out with the grassiness and little Moana, and I just really loved my sky. Instead of just a straight solid blue, I tried something new, and to me it's like little clouds and wisps, and I absolutely love this page. Definitely my favorite for the minute of the color by number pages. I need to rearrange a little bit. I'm going to have some issues. And then it's always hard. It's like picking your favorite child. We all know that there is the favorite child in the family. And if you don't think it's you, it's probably not. Just saying. But parents will never say they have a favorite, but we know they do. There's the good kid. So my non-color by number, I have so many, And a lot of my favorites are tied to the story behind them. So I was trying to put the story aside and just think, what page was I really proud of that I enjoyed coloring? And it is this one from Whimsy Girls Around the World. This was, I'm pretty sure, a January page. The first started out the month or the year, and it was a buddy color with my friend Missy. And I just love my girl. This was really the first time I tried a black hair on a Hannah Lynn, and I think it worked out. I also was pretty impressed. Now I have a long way to go. Do not ask me to do a galaxy background because that is a hot mess. But I was trying to do some type of sunset. We got the sun setting and the moon rising, so I was doing my colors and my water, and I also made the cat black, and I just really liked the colors I chose and all of my embellishments. I got my glossy accents on point. I just love this page. I think it is definitely a favorite Hannah Lynn, a favorite of the year. So, my Egyptian Twilight lady. And was that I usually always do the simple page. Oh, I actually did the complicated page. Well, the more detailed. Typically, I would have done the simple page. Oh, I have yellowing. Darn black. See, this is what I told one of my friends, that black anything will yellow. So, there is some yellowing, but it will be easily covered up. And it's too far gone. Yeah, black marker, something in it, and it didn't really ruin this page, so I'm okay. Phew. Yeah, normally I would do the simplified version, but the simple version didn't have the cat. So, need to remember to protect my pages anytime I use black. Alcohol, non-alcohol, black markers, whatever's in it, it does something. So, there's that. Okay, next question. What is your most colored in book of 2022? That is easy. That is Floating 3D Mandalas, Volume 2 by Tabitha Barnett. This is a project book, excuse me, I am doing with my friend Tammy. Tammy Colors 2, and we are finishing this book this year. It has, I gotta check the journal. It has 62 total pages, which it probably is 60, but I include this, and there's this little one at the end I included as 62. So there's 60 pages, and Tammy had already done the first 3, so I had to color those, and the rest we're all doing together, and we have been coloring from the back and doing usually 5. 1 month we did 4. So this is by far my most colored in book of, oh, my sticker's coming off, 2022. And it has been so much fun. I love mandalas, and you would think that we would get bored of them, but we each come up with the prompts and take turns, and it is so fun. The close second would be my Johanna planner. Again, I'm a rule breaker. I don't just have a single answer. So I am trying to finish this one as well. And I have been keeping fairly up, but I did not get the July pages done. So I've started them now in August, but I need to finish them and get August done as well. So that is a close. Next question. Again, am I ever going to get to color anything? So, number 3, newly released coloring book you haven't colored in yet but want to. I am sad to say I have not colored in. This is the middle of August. This came out in June. End of June, I think. And 50 Vacation Miniatures, Camila and Jakova. Nothing. Pardon me. I do have 4 pages for buddy colors in August, but I have not done them yet. And I have been wanting to get into this, and life just has not allowed me. So this is the new release that I am most excited to get busy with. That is for sure. honestly, I don't think I even needed to try and color anything. So, this might be a fairly quick one. Favorite new artist or publishing company that you discovered this year? So I just have to color an apple so I can feel like I'm doing something. Plus, this is a 10 books to touch, and it needs to be touched. There, I touched it. So I have found, actually they found me, and the company is called Runny Rainbows, and they are on Instagram, and this is their second book, and I have done 2 buddy colors. They reached out to me. I admit, I did not know they existed. And they reached out to me, and I'll show you. This is the first buddy color we did back in February, and it is from their book. They have a book called Mystic Sea, and that is not, I've said before, Seasoned Friends, you've heard me, I'm not like the under the water type. It's just not my thing to color. I don't mind it when there's a watery type page in a book, but when it's a whole book of it, it's just not my thing. But I did this page as a buddy color, and then I did a second page, and so then this was their second book that came out, and it is called Dreamy Worlds, and I love this book. This is the page. I had done it, I bought the book after we did this buddy color, which we did in May. This was my page, and here is the page in the book. So, yeah, I love their style. It is similar but not identical. I get vibes of Johanna Basford. I get vibes of the latest Coco Wyo. I get, I don't know, there's just even a little bit of little bit of the mythographic, but not. And the Diane, is it Clett? I always say her name wrong. Anyway, I just think it is amazing. I absolutely am so excited that they found me. That they found me, asked me to do some buddy colors, and honored. And then I was very excited to buy their book. I actually do have a full flip of the Dreamy Worlds on my channel. And I think, did they come out with another one that's a mushroom? And I'm also not a huge mushroom person. Or maybe there's just because there's mushrooms in there. No, I think they did, because Tammy Colors too, I'm pretty sure she got it. But yeah, so that's an exciting new for me, because it's like once you're in the coloring, not like I'm in the coloring world, but when you start becoming aware and falling down the rabbit hole with us all together and watching videos, you know, we see a lot of the same, which are not bad. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because there are so talented, and there's the people, the artists and companies we love, and they put out a quality product. So when you find someone new, it is pretty darn exciting. I do hope, I would love, like Joshua Dunbar and Alexandra Francis came out of the coloring closet, so to speak. They worked with Jade Summer, or for Jade Summer. I don't know how all that works. I am not a artist, illustrator. But they did books for Jade Summer, but Jade Summer is a publishing house, and they don't list or credit their artists. And it's not like that's a bad thing. That is very common practice, it seems, in the coloring world. You have your Coco Wyo, you have your Ava Brown, your Coloring Book Cafe, Color Kick, Colored Caramel, Coco Wyo, did I ever say that? Where they're published under that name, but they're not an actual person. They have different artists that are doing the books for them. And I think there is nothing wrong with an artist working under that umbrella of the publishing house. I'm sure it provides security, safety. I mean, there's benefits to doing that. But I just, as a creative person, want them to get credit. You know, I want to see their name in the byline. It doesn't mean that they're going to like leave and go, you know, out on their own. And maybe they will. I'm sure there's contracts involved. I don't know. I just really wish, because I would love to then support them. It's like, even if you're still going to work for a company, but maybe you do some things on the side and have an Etsy shop. Well, I would love to see that. You know, it's like, I work for a company that manufactures a specific product, but I don't only buy that product. I buy the competitors, and I don't know. I'm getting off on a total tangent. That's not part of the tag. I'm just trying to color my apples, but I'll be interested to see, because you can tell, I'm just going to pick Coco Wyo because they've been like pumping out books. And you can tell that's not the same person doing all of their books. They have like the chibi style, now they have the spooky style, and those could be, I mean, talented people, you can have more than one look, but more than likely it's different illustrators. And I just would love that they could have their name on the book. It's not a bad thing. You know, you look at Creative Haven, even the Dover publications, that's the main umbrella, but the illustrator's name is on the book. So, again, I digress, but that's my opinion, and nobody asked for it, but I just told you it. Okay, let's get back onto the tag. So that was my favorite new artist or publishing company. Runny Rainbows. Again, I don't know. Do they have more than one artist? Don't see their byline. Just saying. Again, I don't know the logistics, the legalities, so don't come at me and say like, well, Kathy, they can't. And I get it. I would like to see credit given where it is due. That's all. People work really hard at a career, and some of us, which I always say, I'm happy to be a bottom feeder. I want nothing to do with being management or moving up. Don't want to deal with that headache. But I also like to get thanked and give credit for the work I do, because it provides value. There. Okay. Next question. Did you try any new coloring techniques this year? Yes, I did. And I have examples to show you. So this is my Johanna Basford, Worlds of Wonder. It's getting a little more battered, but it needs a lot more coloring. I've said this before. I would love to have this book, all the pages, be done as buddy colors. That's just a thing I would love to do. I'm kind of slow at it, but if you also like this. So this is one technique I tried, which I saw on Color Me Stress Free. She does the most beautiful. Now, is this the most beautiful? No, but it was my first attempt, and I'm still flipping proud of it. Does these backgrounds, like watercolor backgrounds. So I am not a person that practices things before I just dive into my book. If I did, I'm sure it would look more professional. But I tried following what she did for her background, and I'm very happy with this. A bit of a mess, but I still am happy with it. So that was one new technique. It's like, maybe this is also my new technique book. I received some Derwent Inktense as a gift from my friend Tammy, and I tried them out on this page. I used the Derwent Inktense pencil set she gave me, and so this is my first. I am, again, seasoned friends, you hear me say it all the time, I am not a pencil person, but these I did not mind. I liked the ease of blendability and to get the shading without lots of layering. And then I also used like my new technique from last year, my Mod Podge, and made my own little waves. I had done that over here as well, but that wasn't new this year. And then I also recently purchased the Inktense paint pots. I don't know what you call it. It's like in a watercolor palette, but they're not watercolors, so I don't want to say that. But I played with them, and I don't know that I'd call it a technique, but I did use the purple to color my horse, and then I was just playing and did all these little swirly things on the outside. So I don't know if that's a technique. I did the splatters. I would say this is called the messy technique. I could patent that if you'd like, but I very much enjoyed it. So those were my new techniques of the year. Okay, can we get anything else done? This is actually a fairly quick color if I weren't talking the whole time and show and telling. So, okay, where are we? So going back to color techniques, because, I got to chat a little bit. I can't just answer questions. I'm always curious to see, I'm like, well, I don't know, what other coloring techniques are there? Because I am a simple, straight colorist. I will do some blending, but I primarily use marker. I have been playing with acrylic paint markers. I guess that's almost another new technique I've started. And then like the watercolor, but I'm like, oh, if I had to answer this question every year, what would my answer be? I don't know. What are these trees? It's like, are these donut trees with the holes in? I don't know what to do. Oh, I didn't grab a brown. Let's do something easy and just do the brown trunks, because I don't know what to do with all these. Do I do them all different greens? I don't know. We'll just do some brown on the trunk. So now I'm like nervous. I'm already thinking, this is where my brain doesn't turn off. I'm already thinking, oh no, if we do this again in 2023, the mid-year freakout tag, what am I going to have for a new technique? Because honestly, I color with markers. Pretty much. I might add a little, sparkle, a little stickle, a little glitter gel pen. But when it comes to techniques, it's really not my thing to try things new. Because, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm already stressing about next year's questions, and I'm already late for this year, but okay. So new technique. That is what I have done, is my Derwent Inktense, both the pencils and the palette. Okay, next question, number 8. This is only 10 questions. I should be able to finish this. Have you completed any coloring books this year? I have! So proud of myself. I've completed 2. One is not on my 10 books to finish, but I did complete Valentine Ceramic Tiles, color by number. This was my first ceramic tiles from the series by Prachi Dewan Sachdeva. It was a gift, and it was one of those best gifts, because I thought when I first saw the original and the Christmas come out, I'm like, not my thing. I don't think I need it. Then I got gifted it, and I get it. I get the hype. I get why people love them, and I completed the book. There is a flip of this on my channel. I will link it in the eye in the sky. But so now I have Easter that I'm working on, and then I did get the desserts as well. So I have 2 more. So I finished that, and then this one I need to film the flip because I just finished it in July, and this is on my 10 books to finish. This is Mystery Mosaics Book 1, and there are 18 images, but there are double page spreads. So I counted those double pages as pages. So I show there were 23 pages in this book. And I finished it. Even the bonus page, which I didn't like do my best work, but I finished it. So yes, I finished 2 books. Yay me. When you think there's 10 books to finish, that's not very many. And in case first time you've ever been here, you can certainly check my playlist. I think it's like my goals and plans playlist, where I talk about, I recently, in June or July, I posted my mid-year progress on all of those. And I tweaked, again, rule breaker, and instead of picking 10 books to finish, I picked 5 physical books to finish, and then I picked 5 focuses, I guess. They're artists and publishers I enjoy, and I would like to finish. So like instead of picking one Camellia Angelkova miniature book, I put down that I wanted to do 50 pages because there are typically 50 in her 50 miniatures. So that way I could just do any 50 pages, and I have already exceeded that. So it has been great because as new books come out, I feel happy. It's not like I'm like, oh, I need to focus on this other one, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's the way it works for you. But for me, I have very much enjoyed being able to have a little freedom. And similarly, I picked, 25 Hannah Lynn pages, which I'm woefully behind, and 31 Creative Haven. So it can be from any Creative Haven book or any Hannah Lynn book. And it's just the number of pages, because if I did that every year, I would finish books eventually from those publishers and artists. Does that make sense? So I did that with 5 of them. And so I finished the 1 book, so there's 4 books left on my 10 books to finish, and I have completed 3 of my 5 focuses. I finished over 50 Camellia miniature pages. I finished over 25 Jade Summer pages. And I finished over... How many did I do? Now I gotta look. I can't rely on my memory. I'm over 50. I can't think of these things. Forgot the other one was. So Jade Summer's 25. Oh, the big Disney books, which have 100 pages. I had said to do 25, and I have exceeded that. So that kind of gives me some insight to see if I want to do that again next year. It's worked better for me. I think last year I didn't swap out. I had picked my 10, and I did not finish all 10. And I think I would have if I had thought of it to do a swap out. I know other people will do a swap because you come up with what you think you're going to want to color in all year, and then it could change. So there's that. Okay. Is that the longest answer ever to the question, did you finish any coloring books this year? I don't know. I could keep talking if you'd like. Okay. Number 9 question. Needs a drink first. Still working on my water. Okay. Number 9. Is there any coloring book this year you bought that you regret? I don't think so. There is one I bought and I still have it. I'm just not showing it on my channel anymore. And I can't even remember the exact name. I didn't think to pull it out because I, again, didn't want to show it on my channel. I had shown it in a haul and I thought it was so cute and adorable. And then one of my good friends who I trust responded, because I think I actually saw it on their channel in a haul, said that it has stolen images in it. And then that made me sad because I'm like, no. So I still have the book. I haven't decided if I haven't colored in it, but it was a $3 or $4 book, which I guess should have alerted me that it might not be legit, considering the images in it. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I might gift it to, I'm working on putting together a couple of boxes of art supplies and coloring supplies to give to our local DAC, which is like a activity care center for adults with disabilities that get to go ride the bus, spend the day there. And I've already, like last year, donated a bunch of coloring stuff and they loved it. So I could just donate that book to them because that would be fine. They would enjoy it and that company wouldn't be getting any, attention from being seen. So that would be the only one. Otherwise, I don't, because I have decided even if I get a book and then I decide it's not for me, which I have a bunch of those books, where I kind of overboarded when I first started my channel. And then you don't know. It's like you see things on other people's channels and you're like, I think I would like that. And then you just don't. It's like, oh, nope, that's really not what I want to do. So I don't regret those purchases because they make great swaps. My friend Dory introduced me to that idea, and we have done a couple swaps. So we kind of like message each other and, hey, I got an extra of this, or I don't want this one. Do you have something you want to swap for? Or are you interested first? Excuse me. And do you have something you want to swap for it? So that's kind of fun. Or I just gift them, because I have many friends who have so kindly gifted things to me that I do enjoy repaying the favor. And sometimes I will just send a random package if I have your address. And yeah, they might have some of those books that I no longer want to use. Another spot that is really good if you have coloring books you no longer want, and even if they have like a page or two colored in them, I think we're always like concerned, oh, you know, I can't give it to another coloring person if I colored a page in it. Yeah, you can. Well, first of all, if you wanted to pull the page out and keep it in just like your loose whatever, you could. Or who cares if it's got a page colored in it? If the other person is excited to have the book and they know you, they might be excited to have like this is a one-of-a-kind page by you. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you find books at like thrift stores and stuff, they might be colored in. I just noticed this is not the same. Do you think it was a typo? This wasn't an expensive book. Or did they forget to do the little, you know, you see what I'm talking about. It's one of these things is not like the other. I'm just going to color it and pretend it's the same. I'm not going to waste my time. Well, it's not a waste of time. I'm not going to take the time to freehand in the border like the other donut holes. Because I don't know what else they are. I think they're donut holes have in it. So, long story long. That would be probably the only regret I have, if there is one, is that one book, because I did not know it had stolen images in. And I just don't get what's up with that. Why would you, I mean, how much money are you going to make before it's realized and you're yanked off of Amazon? I just don't. Is that going through if I do it double? Oh, we got some ghosting, but I'm doing the Doodle Robot method. Not nearly as well as she taught us, but where you kind of go both directions to, you don't get rid of your streaking, but it minimizes it. It also darkens, as now you have 2 layers of pigment. But do you see the difference between the streakage and now it looks like a texture? I would normally turn my book so I could do this, but I can't. Well, I can, but it's just awkward when you're filming to like turn that. Okay, so last question. I made it to the end, and yes, typical Kathy, we're at half an hour. Yeah, if you're a new friend, I hope you like chattiness, and I hope you know how to use the setting where you can make me talk faster, because I know you could still understand me. Last question. If you could recommend any coloring book that was released this year, what would it be? There have been so many great books released this year. It's like the whole, the blah blah Matchstick Mouse. I was like, House Mouse. I'm like, no, that's a different thing. Matchstick Mouse, Morgan O'Brien. That could have been another one of my like newly discovereds that I enjoy. I think I missed a question. Oh, I totally missed number 4. Okay, rewind. I'm not redoing this whole video. We're just going to go back to number 4 where it said that I skipped it. It was, I talked about the newly released book I have but haven't colored in was my 50 Vacation Miniatures. The next question was the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. And I haven't been following a lot because I kind of just wait till things are released. I mean, I don't, even Amazon, I follow a lot of, I'm clicked on following, so I'll get an email when they have a new one. But I just haven't taken the time, or honestly don't have the time to follow individual artists that much and pay attention to when they tell me they're going to release something. So my only one, and I have not pre-ordered, and I may not because I will need to see a full flip, is the new Johanna Basford Rooms of Wonder. I do follow her on Instagram, and so I know about her book that's coming out. So I guess that's what I'm most interested to see. But I'm learning to like Johanna, and I'm learning, it's not that I didn't like her. I'm learning how to color, maybe that's the better term, her pages better so they don't intimidate me quite as much. But I'm still not, like, I don't need all of her books. Again, Lost Ocean, no, not my style. I've picked up some of the others because they were on a good deal, but not necessarily that I need them all. I really think Worlds of Wonder is my favorite Johanna book. So I'm interested to see Rooms of Wonder, but here's the thing. Kind of like Camellia, and I'm not into the diminutive countryside and seaside scenes because I prefer the characters to the structures and scenery. Same with Johanna. I'm not that big on the interiors. Like, I put off getting Ivy and the Inky Butterfly forever. I do have it now. I have not colored in it because, to me, those pages of the inside, the Wonder Room and all that, they just, like, make my heart race. So, until I see a full flip, I don't know. So I'm anticipating it because I'm excited to see the full flip. Whether that means I'm excited to buy it, I don't know. I may not. I'm not going to know until I see the full flip. It could have a bunch of pages where it's just like bottles or like 5 different clocks or, kind of like the smaller vignette type. And I'd probably like that. So that is my most anticipated release. So back down to number 10. If you could recommend one book for people to try to buy that was released in 2022 so far, I honestly would recommend Dreamy Worlds because it is new. I love the vacation miniatures. I love the farmers miniatures, but I think there's enough miniatures that if you have not ever tried them or purchased one, you could choose what appeals to you the most. I think the Dreamy Worlds by Running Rainbows, this is my personal favorite. If you are a ocean water person, you may like the Mystic Sea better. But to me, I just think this is kind of all around great. It's Amazon printed paper, so maybe the paper's not that great. You can see it's very thin and you can see through it. But I just think it's like a simplified, even Kirby. This gives me like Kirby feels, and Kirby, again, makes my heart race. So I think this is a perfect compromise if you are intimidated by the Johanna and Johanna Basford and the Kirby Rosanis and those double-sided, which are amazingly beautiful artwork. But this is kind of the same vibe. And what I didn't tell you before is, so you get duplicate copies in the books. And the back half is a black background. And then the front half of the book, let me show you the same page so you can see what I'm talking about, is the same image but with white, so you can do your own background. So whether this is called the midnight version, but like inside the circle is still white. So it gives you the chance. It was, I think it's a $10 book, $9.99. There's, you know, you can do as much detail as you want. It's kind of gives you the busy, but not a Zentangle. To me, it's like a normal pattern that's achievable. And I just think they're whimsical, and there's little creatures. You've got little squirrels. Yeah, I would recommend this to anyone. I think you would enjoy. There's the, you know, the small individual parts. There's these kind of cool where they're zipping across the page. You have your circles. Again, that's the the one I did for Mystic Sea. This is a whole little fairy at a pond. This is like a scene. But I just recommend this. Seriously, was that a bear playing the bagpipes? Yes. What other books have, to me, this is Rapunzel's Tower. I don't know. There's the waterfall. And this is like, I don't know, is the Pied Piper up there? These aren't the mice, but you got a rabbit and a fox. I don't know what he's playing. But the bear has bagpipes. And the rabbit's like playing The Floor is Lava, and there's no more places to hop to. Where it's unique, it's fun, and you can do. So, again, I would recommend this book to anyone. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. When I saw this page, seriously, I came up with this. Yep. I was trying watercolor. I'm really not very good at that background thing, but I made a rainbow step, rainbow picket fence. So, it can be as anything, as creative as you want. Okay, I don't need to do it. There is a full flip. I did a full flip of this already. I don't need to be showing it to you, the whole thing again. But I would recommend that to anybody to try. I think it's affordable, and it is something fun and maybe a little different and a little more simplified than, again, I am amazed at the work that so many of you do I'm just doing Kirby and Johanna because that's what I just keep talking about. And I have those books, and they scare the bejesus out of me, and I always stress out. Even though I said that whole Worlds of Wonder, I want it to be a buddy color book. Seriously, I could like lose sleep at night trying to think of how I'm going to do that. Some of those pages. And yeah, but I just think that the Dreamy Worlds book doesn't do that to me. It just seems more manageable. So there you go, my friends. That was the longest probably of this tag video out there. Thank you, Sassy Coloring. I love your channel. I love your videos. I love everything that you put out. I'm excited for your move. As if you're watching this, but maybe you are. I watch your videos. And yeah, I'm glad that it resurrected itself. And I expect maybe it will be a standard tag we can all do. Other than that, I'm missing doing tags. I'm missing seeing tags. There are lots of fun scavenger hunt prompt type things going on now on Instagram and YouTube, or both, which is kind of fun. And I think that's maybe taken the place of tag videos. I do need to do, I was tagged like, how long ago? Long time ago. For the, what, I don't even know what it's called anymore. The opposite color, or will opposites attract? Do opposites attract color? And I've still intend to do it. Haven't done it. I need to do a page for Coloropoly using my non-dominant hand, which I could just do as a challenge and make a video of it. I believe Pixie's project threw that one out there. So, anyway, maybe we'll get some Halloween tags. There just aren't a lot of happenings in the summer where there's things to do questions for, but Maybe color tube is taking a change and we're going to do something different. I don't know. But I'm excited because this page, when I finish it, I get to cross off another of my 10 books to touch. Plus, I'm pretty sure somebody had apples. Was that you, Jamie? I think you have apples on your August prompt. So, looky there. I double did it. Okay, friends, I'm going to let you go so I can focus on coloring because right now I'm rambling. Thanks again to Sassy Coloring for the video. I will have a link to her video for 2022 in the description. Excuse me, I didn't know if I was going to hiccup or yawn, and I don't know, that's probably the closest to dying I've been in a while. Isn't that like if you sneeze and burp and fart at the same time, you almost die? Or is it if you just, when you're sneezing, that's the closest you get to death? I don't know. Again, I digress. But, thank you if you stuck till the end. If you have a YouTube channel and have not done the mid-year freakout tag, you know, we're still on close enough to the middle quarter or something. You can still do it. It doesn't have to matter. I would love to see what you have. I have enjoyed watching many people who have already posted the challenge or the tag. It's been pretty fun. And I would love to hear what you have to say. Do you have a favorite page that you think you've done? Is there a new publisher, artist you've heard of that you haven't seen pop up yet on ColorTube? All the things. I'd love to hear them. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for stopping by. You are the apple of my eye. Is that actually a song? Don't go... Is there something about don't go sitting under the apple tree with anybody else but me? I think that's a song. Anyway, my friends, you are amazing. You are number one. Apples or not. How do you like them apples? Your apples I like. Okay, now that sounded really weird. All I want to say is that you matter. That's really all I'm trying to get to. And I try and tie in like whatever's in front of me, and I fail. This is how you know I am not a professional YouTuber or actress or anything. I am real because I don't edit this crap out, because this is me. This is who you get. You love me or you don't. It's just the way it is. But you matter. You do. I think you're pretty great. Have a great day, friends. Bye.